Okay, in this video, I'm going to look at how to handle this two-column part. Now, there's two ways of doing it. I could either do this with a float, or I could use positioning. In this demonstration, I'm going to actually use positioning because it's going to work out the best. So what I need to realize is I have, one column here, okay, another column here, and then something that surrounds them both, or at least that's the best way to do it. So in my HTML, I've already set this up to save a little bit of time with the video, but I created this div and I gave it an ID of content, and that surrounds two other elements. The first element is another div with the ID of left. That's going to be my left side. That's going to handle my navigation at H2. And then the other one is my main. That's my main content. So I'm going to use the HTML5 element of main, and that's, like I said, is going to contain my main content. That will be the right side. So this is the left side, and this is the right side. So when we come over and we look at my web page here, I've already, just to save some time for the video, put in my comments and got started with my content, my left and my main. Now, if you look here, I have a border that goes all the way around both of these columns. Okay, and since my content surrounds both of those columns, I'm going to want to add that border there. So I'm going to go border 1 pix solid, and then the black color. And if you're wondering how I knew it was 1 pixel solid, it's right here in the specs. And then there's a 4 pixel border as well, which is this border right here. And you notice that that border goes all the way down to the bottom here. So what I want to do is I want to attach that border to the main and not to the left side, because the left side has less content and it's going to expand to the content. So I want to make sure it gets on the main side. So I'm going to come down here to my main, and I'm going to put in a border of 4 pix solid black. And one thing I want to do is just make sure I added my main up here with my display block, because remember, that's an HTML5 element, and we want to make sure all the browsers can see it as display block. So we're going to just make sure that that's there. So I've already put that in. All right, so I've got these borders, and actually made a mistake here. I wanted to go border left. Okay, so I only want to have a left border to my main. Okay, so now what I want to do is come over here to this left side, and I want to give it a position of absolute. And over on my content side, I want to give that a position of relative, because remember, the absolute is going to position itself based upon the parent element that has a position of relative. So this is going to work out really well for me, because I can do my left and right sides. Now the problem is I can't really see anything right now. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to give them a height. And I'm just going to make something up just until I can get some content in there. So I'm going to give that a height of 200 pixels, and I'm going to give this a height of 200 pixels. And I'm also going to give it a width, and I'm going to start with a width of 100 pixels, and I'm going to give this one a width of 100 pixels. And again, these are just temporary numbers that I'm putting in here for now until I can kind of get this worked out. Okay, so let's take the screenshot away for a second and see what I have. All right, and so what I've got here is I got this bar that's all the way over here. Okay, and I got a width of 100 pixels for this, and I got a width of 100 pixels here, and a position of absolute. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to make sure this has the left of 0. That puts it on that side. Okay, now the thing is we can't really see this left side right now. So what I want to do is I want to give it a background color, and I'm just going to give it a background color of green. Now I can see it, and I'm going to give this one a background color, okay, of red. And so you can see we have a bit of an issue. Is it looks like my green is over top my red. Well, it is, because of the absolute positioning. What's going on is I actually have the left div over top of the main div, and what I need to do is I need to move that main div over. Okay, and so the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to do it with a little margin left. So I'm going to come to my main, and I'm going to put in my margin, and I'm going to put in my placeholders. And I'm going to go to my left, and I'm going to move it over 100 pixels. And you can see that it immediately moves this over. I need to go a lot more than that, but at least I can see what I'm doing. Now I come over here, and when I put this up here, what I want to do is I want to move this main over until the border matches up with this right here. And so I'm just going to increase this. So we'll go to 200. Now 200 is a little bit too much, so it's a little bit less than 200. So a nice easy way of doing this is I'll just go to my Elements tab, and I've got my main right here, and I'm going to click on here, and I'm just going to use my up and down arrow keys to move this over until I get it to where that border matches up with the border of my main. So it looks like my border is matching up right here. This is what I'm trying to match up right here. Okay, and so that gave me a margin of 175 pixels. Okay, so if I'm doing a margin of 175 pixels there, then I can probably go to my left right here, and I should basically be able to increase this width to the same as that margin. We'll see how close I get. I want to go right to the line, right to that 4 pixel border. I don't want to go beyond it. I want to go right to it. And sure enough, it's about 175. Okay, so this is all looking pretty good. Now the only other thing I want to do for my main here is I have this this width right here, 100 pixels. I'm just going to I'll adjust this out to say 700, 800, and then I'll just run this up a little bit, give it a width right here, and take that right to that border. So this is really nice because you can see this is my main area, the area in the red, and this is my left area, the area in the green. I've got my border right here that divides the two, and then I should have my border going all the way around. So if we take the picture away, you can see that I have that black border going all the way around, and I have this middle border. And when I put my picture back in, I can see everything seems to be lining up, pretty well. So this is a good starting point. I've got my columns there. Now what I need to do is I need to put the H1 content in here, which I'll do in the next video.